Welcome into NFL Daily. I'm your host, Jack Sperry, and today our top story, Jordan Love is holding in at Packers training camp. I'll let you guys know the latest and whether or not I think the Packers will get a deal done here soon rather than later. Then we'll talk a little bit about Brandon Aiyuk and what I believe San Francisco plan is for Brandon Aiyuk. Are they going to trade him? Are they going to keep him? Are they going to extend him? I'll let you guys know what I think here coming up. Then make sure you guys stick around here. Joe Burrow is cleared for contact. I'm going to let you guys know whether I think he wins comeback player of the year. And also, guys, make sure you stick around to the end of today's show to see which rookie wide receiver balled out this weekend at their respective training camp. Can't wait to share that at the end of today's show. But before we get into the NFL news and rumors today, I'd really appreciate it, guys, if you give me a follow on TikTok at sparedog.football. I just put out a video today talking about Giants quarterback Daniel Jones and why he played even worse than you think in 2023. So if you want to check that out, I am at sparedog.football on TikTok. And with that, let's get into our top story today, which comes from Adam Schefter saying Packers GM Brian Gutekunst said quarterback Jordan Love will not practice until the two sides can get done the contract extension that they've been working on. So the big thing there from Schefter is that they have been working on it, and it sounds like that they're relatively close. And Jordan is at Packers training camp right now. He's going through all the meetings, all that stuff. He just doesn't want to go through the injury risk of practicing without that new deal in place, which is perfectly reasonable there from Jordan Love. He had a really great end of his 2023 campaign, nearly knocked off the Niners in the playoffs after destroying the Dallas Cowboys. He had a really good end to his 2023 campaign, and he's certainly somebody that a lot of people are very high on heading into the 2024 season. And I do expect the deal to get done relatively soon. Will it happen today? Will it happen tomorrow? Maybe not, but I do expect a deal to come within the week. And we take a look at the highest paid quarterbacks per season, and it's Joe Burrow, number one, right? Then you get Trevor Lawrence, both at $55 million per year. I would expect this deal to be around that dollar figure because of the way Jordan played last year. So expect him to be within the top 5 highest paid passers in football. And you take a look at those stats from last year. 64% completions, over 4,000 yards passing, and then a really good touchdown to interception ratio at 32-11. He was fully healthy, and of course, he won a playoff game, nearly knocked off the NFC champion Niners as well. Then you look at the advanced stats, and maybe these don't look as good as those pure base stats because he was 12th in points above replacement. He was 14th, so even lower on a per attempt basis. When it comes to accuracy, he was 21st in the league at a 73.2% on target percentage, and he was 11th in average depth of target. So he is somebody that does target down the field quite a bit. In terms of the efficiency numbers, he was 16th in yards per attempt, but 6th in touchdown percentage. So this guy gets it into the end zone. He was 12th in big time throw percentage, 15th in turnover-worthy play percentage, so kind of middling right there. Wasn't pressured a whole lot last year. The pressure rate was 42nd out of, I believe, 45 eligible quarterbacks, so that is something that's really low. He was very fortunate with that last year. Then the time to throw was about league average. So my take on Jordan Love is I believe he is very talented, all right? We all know the arm talent. We saw him play in the playoffs last year. I do think he might be a bit overrated. People talking about him like he's a bona fide top 8 quarterback in the National Football League. I'm not quite ready to put him in that category, but he can certainly move up the ranks here this season. And something I want to remind people is that midway through last season, Packers fans were calling for Jordan Love's head, man. Like, this is somebody that had a really rough first half of the season last year. Even in that better second half, he was a little bit inconsistent. No, he played really good on Thanksgiving. He played really good in the playoffs, played really good down the stretch. So, the arrow's definitely pointing up. But remember, he was a bit inconsistent last year. I'm looking for consistency this year. And either way, I think he played well enough last year towards the end where the Packers should pay him that money. He is somebody that has waited his turn here behind Aaron Rodgers. He really delivered at the end of last season, and now this Packers team is seen as an up-and-coming franchise, and it's led by this guy who I believe could be a franchise quarterback for the long haul in Green Bay. Some other news out of Green Bay. Yesterday, Kenny Clark signed a 3-year, $64 million extension, one of the best nose tackles in football. Team captain is going to be staying in the Midwest here for the foreseeable future. Now, when it comes to Jordan Love, what say you guys? Is Jordan a top 10 NFL quarterback right now? Give me a yes or give me a no for today's pinned comment. YouTube's going to throw you an ad break here in just a couple of seconds. And when that happens, take advantage of that time by giving me a yes or no. Then we'll shift to Brandon Aiyuk here. And the question is, what is San Francisco's plan with Brandon Aiyuk? Are they going to trade him? Are they going to give him the $30 million per season extension that he's looking for? Are they just going to have him for one more year? Well, Adam Schefter had this to say when Aiyuk requested his trade last week. Says sources, other teams that have reached out and spoken to San Francisco have been told that the 49ers have no intention of trading disgruntled wide receiver Brandon Aiyuk, who officially has requested a trade. 49ers open training camp next week, which of course is now this week. So coming up here on NFL Daily, I'm going to reveal what I believe the 49ers plan is with Brandon Aiyuk, and it might surprise you a little bit here, so make sure you stick around. But before we get into that, let's have a word from our sponsor here at Game Time. And Game Time is the fastest and easiest way to buy tickets for the sports, music, comedy, and theater near you. With killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat on the app, and their lowest price guarantee, Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying tickets to whatever event that you choose. As you guys know, as some of you guys know, I'm the Steelers talk host here at Chat Sports as well, and I'm actually going to Pittsburgh for Steelers training camp. Cassie and I, my girlfriend, we're going to be going to a couple of Pirates games, and we got the tickets on Game Time for a fantastic price. It's a super easy-to-use interface, and what I also love is the lowest price guarantee. It's absolutely fantastic, guys. What I really love about Game Time is that you get the lowest price guarantee, all-in pricing, so you don't get slapped with crazy fees at checkout, and then flash deals so I can get even cheaper tickets the closer I wait to the event. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time today. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and then use code CHATSPORTS. That's one word, all caps. It's right down there in the bottom of your screen for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHATSPORTS. That's one word, all caps, CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. Now, what I believe the plan is here for the 49ers is that they want to keep Brandon Aiyuk for one more season, all right? They want to try to get a Super Bowl out of this year. They believe Aiyuk, he's an affordable, all-pro caliber wide receiver. They're only paying him about $14 million against the cap this year, and then they're probably going to try to phase him out next offseason, whether that be letting him hit the free agency market or trading him away. Now, the reasons to move on from Aiyuk after this year, number one, you could certainly make an argument that Kyle Shanahan values Deebo Samuel over Aiyuk because Deebo's the more unique player, right? He's that chess piece that can move anywhere in the offense, and Kyle Shanahan is not willing to give that up, so Deebo gets the money. Also, Ricky Pearsall, first-round pick this year for the 49ers. He's going to have a prominent role with this team for many years to come. Now, he's a rookie this year, so they feel like, hey, we still got Aiyuk. Let's keep him for one more season. He's a cheaper, all-pro caliber receiver. But then next year, we'll either tag and trade him or we'll let him hit the free agency market, and we'll allow the first-round rookie, Ricky Pearsall, to come in and take his spot as the true route-running technician in the 49ers offense. And you take a look at the situation right now, man. Jeremy Fowler from ESPN had this to say, source on Brandon Aiyuk, contract impasse. Aiyuk wants to be traded or paid. San Francisco doesn't want to pay him or trade him. Pay him relative to his market value. So I've said this for weeks, guys, and I think that I'm sticking with it here. Aiyuk needs to pretty much straight up refuse to play for the 49ers in 2024. He has to pull like a Le'Veon Bell type situation here where he's like, I'm not playing for you guys unless you extend me or you trade me. If he concedes here and he plays on the final year of his contract, then the 49ers will not let him go, and they're going to have him as their star receiver in the offense this year. Now, my best guess is I think that Aiyuk will eventually cave and he will play for the 49ers this year, but then next year he is eligible for the franchise tag, okay? So I think the 49ers will do that, and then they'll find a trade partner to get something in exchange for Aiyuk next offseason. Right now, that's my best guess, but who knows how far these things can devolve. It's certainly possible Aiyuk demands a trade and says he won't play for the Niners this year. But predict it for me down there in the comments section. Where will Brandon Aiyuk be playing football this year? Will it be the Niners? Will it be the Commanders? Will it be the Steelers? Let me know what you guys think down there in the comments section. Some good news from the AFC North here. Joe Burrow is fully cleared for contact. Of course, he had that issue with his arm. He also had an issue with his leg last year as well, so he was pretty banged up. during the 2023 season. Didn't have his best performance last year, I would say. He certainly played fine, but when he was playing with that bum leg after that injury in training camp last year, he just didn't play fantastically, right? Even Jake Browning had similar numbers to Joe Burrow last year, and we haven't really seen Joe really play like Joe Burrow since 2021. Now, 2022, he played pretty decently, don't get me wrong. 35 touchdowns to 12 interceptions. They really went on a nice run there at the end of the 2022 campaign, and we're really hoping that Joe is going to be perfectly good to go here for the 2024 campaign. Certainly looking forward to seeing him play in Cincinnati this year with everyone back healthy. Now, let me know down there in the comments section, what is the % chance that Joe Burrow wins Comeback Player of the Year? I certainly think he's one of the favorites this year, and if he plays like Joe Burrow, I have a feeling that the chances are almost 100%. But put it on a scale of 0 to 100. There's other options out there. Remember, you got Aaron Rodgers, you got other players that are coming back this year. So put it on a scale of 0 to 100% chance Joe Burrow is the Comeback Player of the Year. And before I go here, we do have some final news items around the National Football League that I wanted to address that happened over the weekend. First, the Chiefs training camp, they started practice this weekend, and Xavier Worthy has an early connection with Patrick Mahomes, the rookie out of Texas. Of course, he broke the all-time record at the Combine for the fastest ever 40-yard dash time. And yesterday in practice, Mahomes threw a dime off-platform, off structure to Xavier Worthy, 60 yards down the field for an incredible catch. I mean, it was a marvel to behold on the first day of practice, and you can already see that Worthy, that the Chiefs are hoping that this kid can certainly be that next Tyreek Hill type weapon in this Chiefs offense. Then another signing here in the National Football League as the Texans have signed Cam Akers, the running back, to a 1-year contract. This is another camp body for them. Wouldn't expect Akers to be their number one running back or anything like that, but he's certainly somebody with experience, both with the Rams and with the Minnesota Vikings from last year. So this is certainly somebody with experience that could maybe make the final roster. All right, that'll be it for today's edition of NFL News and Rumors. Thank you guys so much for all of your support. Make sure you click that subscribe button and join our family here at Chat Sports for daily NFL news and rumors coverage all throughout the 2024 NFL season.